Good morning, good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying your week so far. Today is Friday, October 17th, 2005. I'm going live from the beautiful state of Pennsylvania in the United States of America. Those of you following, let me know in the comment section where you're tuning in from, and I will really appreciate it. Guys, you have no idea, but I wanted to do this video yesterday so bad, but because I was at work on duty, I was a little busy. I couldn't really find the downtime to do live and talk about what happened yesterday during broad daylight in Kinshasa. Good morning, folks. My name is Mervell. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and do not forget to turn on the notification bell for more videos like this. Without further ado, let me jump straight to today's live stream. But before we do that, I'm going to allow you guys a few minutes to join the chat. I need at least two people watching in order for me to talk about this topic. Because what happened yesterday was very interesting, but my opinion may surprise or shock some of you. So just be prepared for that. This video purpose is to educate ourselves and to bring awareness, to understand what's going on overseas, what's going on in a lot of Western countries, and what we can do about it as diasporans, because these particular issues impact most of us in one way or the other, and I think it's worth the conversation. I've talked about this issue many times on my YouTube channel. I talk about struggles and within the diaspora, and like the African diaspora communities abroad, and these events that have unfolded yesterday in Kinshasa during daytime, it could be an example of a lot of the things that I've always focused on and I've always talked about. So if that sounds like something you are more interested in, I encourage you to stick around till the end of this live stream, and together we're going to discuss this. And please don't be a stranger. Feel free to let me know in the comment section below what your opinion are, so we can have a more civil and adult debates in the comment section down below rather than insulting each other. I trust that many Congolese living abroad, they have nothing but good intentions, and they conduct themselves in a more, exemplary way rather than committing crimes or doing uncivil stuff that will reflect a negative image of Africans living abroad. So do me a favor, for those of you tuning in who are watching live as I'm speaking, hit that like button. It helps out big time in the YouTube algorithm. It costs you $0, but it does expose me to the YouTube algorithm so that YouTube can send this video out to as many people as possible. So without further ado, let's jump straight to today's video. But before I do that, let me say this. Thank you for tuning in. I know your time is precious. I know you have numerous things that's important to you to do, but you chose to click on this live stream to see what I have to say. I do appreciate that. So please don't forget to hit that like button, and let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday as I'm scrolling through my TikTok and other social media, all I'm seeing is people publishing a bank robbery taking place in Kinshasa. So I think, oh, here we go again. It's another day in Kinshasa. They saw a police officer crawling on the floor, people making fun of him and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, all right, I'm not just going to get my my laughs out, because why not? It's Thursday, I'm stressed out, or whatever's going on. So while I'm on the phone with a friend, we're having a conversation, and they tell me, did you hear about the bank robbery that happened in Kinshasa? It was done by a female who lives in Germany. I'm like, huh? A female who lives in Germany, a Congolese woman, I don't know if married or single, with 4 kids. And I'm like, hold on. Let's roll this tape back. So you mean to tell me Someone who's left the continent of Africa to go live a better life in Germany, who makes good money, right? Who's more civilized than the rest, like most Africans in the continent, who lack nothing, who has everything handed to them in a silver platter for just the simple fact that they live in Germany. Why would someone like this come to Congo and commit a bank robbery? So there was something that wasn't adding up. And then I processed this whole information, this whole thing. I watched the video. Unfortunately, I don't have the technology while going live stream from my phone to play the video for you guys. But for some of you watching who have seen the video, feel free to let me know in the comment section below what you think of the video. Guys, this woman, she appears young. I would say probably late 30s or mid 40s, I should say. Flies from Germany to Kinshasa, hire people to commit bank robberies. So guys, my opinion is going to be different than what most people are talking about on the net, right? Remember, every time I go live or I do videos, I try to exhort a lot of my brothers and sisters in the continent who are willing, who want to move, whether to Europe or America, for a better life, for opportunities, to, you know what I'm saying, for education, opportunities and things of that nature. That is good. If you have the chance to come here legally, go ahead and do that. But understand, life is not as easy as many of you expect here in most Western countries, right? If this lady had it easy living in Germany, why would she get on an airplane, fly to Kinshasa to commit a bank robbery? Let's talk about her for a little bit before I move forward with my opinion, right? This lady, it's not random. This bank robbery is not random. Based on my experience, I believe she has done multiple criminal activities in Kinshasa. She probably in the habit of doing this type of activities, this type of things. Guys, this year alone in Kinshasa is... I have to pick up the phone. My apologies. I received the phone call. So, hey, so that leads me to believe that this lady was already involved in many criminal enterprise. She's been involved in multiple criminal activities, because in order for you to move to Germany, to come to Kinshasa and hire people locally to commit bank robbery, you may have ties to some criminal networks to some extent, because it takes planning, it takes networking, and it takes so much more than what people have seen. Some people are already claiming, oh, she has mental health issues and all that other third. No, I've seen a lot of people with mental health issues, but hiring people. So you're telling me she was under a mental illness when she organized this whole thing, hired a bunch of people, armed individual, and planned that specific road bank that is in the middle of Victoire, one of the most it's like one of the most areas that's like, it's a hustle bustling of, you know what I'm saying, of Victoire. It's very, very busy out there. If you are watching from Congo and you've been or lived in Kinshasa, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That is one of the areas in Kinshasa that's really popping. During daytime or at nighttime, it is very, very lively, right? So you choose that. That means that's where most people have their bank accounts. That's when the traffic is heavy. That's where, you know what I mean, the money is there. So it was planned out. She either had people on the inside, in the bank, and then also hired people who have done these bank robberies multiple times, and then this was probably another score that they were going to, that was going to make them rich or whatever the case may be. You're not going to tell me somebody who has mental health issues could organize all of that. I promise you, upon investigation, there is a much more they will find other than what people are saying on the internet now. That's why it is very important to refrain from jumping into conclusions as soon as something happens. Give justice time to investigate the issue further, and when the finding of the investigations is the conclusion of the investigation, that's when you start talking about things. But we can only assume and give our opinion based on what we have seen. So based on what I have seen, I believe this lady is connected to criminal enterprises in Kinshasa, and she has committed multiple bank robberies prior to this one, but except this time she got caught. All right. So that goes to tell you, life that many of you think it is so precious that people don't suffer. It's all about bread and butter here in the West. Guys, you are wrong. Okay. People nowadays, unfortunately, they don't want to work hard anymore for their money. They want to cut corners. But unfortunately, when you are planning on cutting corners and committing crimes to you know what I'm saying, to make money so quickly, you must be able to face consequences. All right. So in this situation, this lady's face is all over the internet. I don't know what the Germany laws look like. I don't know if she's a permanent resident in Germany or she's a citizen of Germany. I don't know what their laws look like. I don't know if she's going to be extradited back to Germany to be tried out there, or they're going to try her in Kinshasa and give her jail time. I have no idea what's going on. But based on Germany's laws, they may not want her back there. After they find out about what happened, if she's a permanent resident, she's about to lose her permanent residency in Germany, and probably deported to Congo. Or they were just like, you know what? That's where she came from. You can deal with her. We don't want her back over here. You know what I'm saying? So she knew committing bank robbery in Germany would have gotten her more in trouble, because she knows the security is heavy out there. Surveillance cameras are available in every corner, and the punishment would have been harsh given the fact that she is a black woman in a predominantly white nation. Guess what she decides to do? She wants to go to a country where laws are less severe to do that. But guys, I keep telling people repeatedly, for some of you who have not faced justice in African country, you will undermine the criminal justice system until you do something wrong, you commit a crime, you are now facing jail time. That's when you will realize that justice actually exists. But they can do better. We want justice to be available to all, not just a few people who can afford to pay for court fees and stuff like that, because not everybody has the ability to afford a lawyer, to plead their case. So this is the situation that we're in right now. So the struggles that most Africans go through in a lot of countries, some people, they just cannot, sit around and wait 20 plus years of service to get their pension and live their best life. Some people, they're like, screw this, I'm young, I want to live it up right now. So if you don't have a better plan, I would rather you maintain your 9-to-5 job rather than picking up a gun or a plastic toy to go put a gun to somebody's head and asking them for money. That's robbery, right? And when you get caught, you have to be willing to face the consequences, because things like this goes to tell you that life in the West is not all what you guys think. A lot of Africans out here are suffering. A lot of Africans want to go back. Maybe she was trying to pull her last score, so when she get the money, she can just move back or remain there without having to come here, waking up every morning. It's too cold out here. You know what I'm saying? Making money is not easy. Speaking of cold, it's getting cold out here in Pennsylvania, right? So guys, please, for some of you who are still in the continent, who want to move abroad to Europe, America, and Canada, and so on and so forth, do the proper research. Don't ask people questions, because some of your friends or family members, they're not always going to tell you the truth. They are going to get you all excited, get you all fired up to sell everything or valuables that you may own, to want to move here thinking that your life will be so much, your quality of life will be improved, and you will, bruh. Yeah, the infrastructure is better. The money, it looks a lot based on what we make in Africa. But when you put that, you calculate the cost of living with what you are making, you will come to quick realization that salary would never make you rich. You will continue to work tirelessly for a number of years, and it will feel like you're not getting anywhere. And that is exactly what most Africans go through. Not only Africans, but people living in these countries. Don't lose your sleep overnight over the fact that you see people driving cars. You see me driving this car. Oh my goodness, man, when am I ever going to drive a car? This guy's, younger than me. I've never got, bruh. We buy cars on credits, dog. We buy cars on credits. We buy homes on credits. You are making payments for 30 plus years to pay off your mortgage. You are here paying certain amount of money monthly to keep your car. And if you lose your job that was making it possible to maintain your car, and you cannot find a job sooner, and you miss payments, your car will get repossessed, and you will be at home without a car. You get back to the bus stop and start taking bus to work. And depending also on where you live, you may not have access to public transportation. Someone like me, I live in a suburb, right? I need a car to get around, because in my small town, bus don't come there. In order for me to go grocery shopping, to go to the bar, restaurants, you name it, I need to put gas in my car and get out there. Unless you live in a big city like Philadelphia, Chicago, and so on and so forth, then you have access to public transportation. Guys, make no mistake, Africans, when we come here, we work hard, but please do not waste time going to clubs, popping bottles, making it rain on them strippers, and doing all kinds of crazy stuff while you're living here. What you should be doing is to save money at the much younger age, because your retirement is prepared while you're young, not when you are older. Because when you are younger, you have the strength to work endless hours, unlimited overtime. Do it while you're young to better prepare your retirement. Build homes, build businesses, establish yourself in your country where you came from. So you may retire early, because some of us, that's what we want. Because I know I want to retire early. Guess what I do? I stack up. Every bit of dime I make, once the bills are paid, I'm buying cement. They're making bricks to build where I left off. And that's how we're going to win. Because if you want to be in the upper class where you came from, whether it is in South Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, Congo, you name it, Uganda, right? You will have to put in time and effort. There are other opportunities available there. If you get your hands on them, it may change your life for the better. But until that happens, just be happy with what you have available to you. Your 9-to-5 job will never make you rich, but if you know how to plan accordingly, you will be just fine. Don't live beyond your means. Always try to maintain a good quality of life by buying things that you can only afford. Avoid getting yourself so deeply in debt where you feel like every single time you get paid, you have to pay a bill. And that will even cause stress, depression, and so on and so forth. A lot of people, it feels to them like their money, their work is just for the government to take it back right as soon as it gets into their hands. And that is very saddening because a lot of people, they go through that. I've been there myself. I know what it feels like because I was not educated in the credit system. I was not knowledgeable enough to know how much I needed to use based on what I had available in my credit cards. And I ended up paying higher interest rates, which I regret till today. But I did what I had to do to make sure I minimize this debt as much as possible so it does not end up affecting me. Guys, thank you so much for watching this live stream. I wanted to come on this screen and talk to you guys about what happened, give you my opinion. And if you think otherwise, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, let me know in the comment section below. I will be more than gladly to respond and have a conversation with you in the comment section below. For some of you who are considering moving to the West, don't get discouraged by my words, but I always give people warnings so you guys know what you are getting yourself involved in, what you are getting yourselves into. Because if I didn't go live and did not provide you with this information, and you come here, you find out the hard way, don't blame me. I already said my piece. All right. So a lot of Africans, I told you in one of my last videos that 90% of Africans do not want to stay here. They would rather move back home. But the only thing keeping most of us here is financial capacity. If you have the financial means to sustain your lifestyle in Africa, you would not want to stay here. Trust me. Social life is non-existent. People are rude all the time. People are mad all the time because the responsibilities that they have, it feels like people are pretty much slave. You buy a property in America, you pay it off, but then you still own property taxes on the house for lifetime. If you die and you leave the property to your kids are obligated to make those the property taxes payments till, like, it will be generational. Whereas in Africa, when you purchase a property, at least in Congo, I don't know about other African countries, you do not owe no property taxes other than the first time tax payment fee that you make when you purchase your property. That's the only thing you have to worry about. In terms of paying monthly tax fees in Congo or any other African countries out there, this does not exist, which makes us the true homeowners. In America or many European countries, you technically do not own your property. How is it ownership when you pay it off, but then you still have to pay taxes on it? If you miss multiple payments and then the amount is greater, the government can come back, or the bank may turn around and sell the property, get the tax money out, and then you are homeless all over again. Think about that for a second. And that's why I encourage brothers and sisters in the diaspora to invest back in their country, because that is the smartest idea you can possibly come up with. Do not let anybody fool you guys out there. We have it easier. We have a second alternative. If it doesn't work out here, you can always make things work in Africa. As long as you do your due diligence and put time and effort, you will be just fine. All right? It's really, really sunny out here. That's why I have my glasses on. I can't really see the comments. Yeah, you're gonna have to apologize, man, because the sunlight is hitting my face and I can barely see. So I need to put my shades back on. And I do apologize if the shade is bothering you, because the sun is really, really, like, the sunlight is really hitting me, because I'm traveling south and it seems to be moving from east towards west, and it's all right. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you like the video, share this video with friends, and let me know in the comment section below what you think of it. Until the next video, I'll see you guys soon. Excuse me. Peace out. Happy Friday, and enjoy your weekend.